Hi, welcome everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a relaxing beginning to the weekend. Today we're going to be making at least 4 cards, possibly more. And I wanted to show you how you don't need to use much more than a standard amount to create some interesting cards. That's my aim for this evening. So what I mean by you don't need more than a standard amount is, oops, there we go, so typically I would, to make a standard card, I would take a piece of half of our regular size paper. So in the UK, our paper is A4, which is just under 30 centimetres by 21 centimetres across. And we would cut that in half, and then that would either create a top folding card like this, or you could get a side folding one if you scored along the edge. Just seeing if I've got one here to show you, but I don't. But anyway, you know what I mean. So if you scored this way, you would get a card that does that. So normally I would stamp something and then cut it out, long bit of card, cut it out and stick it onto my base like that. And that would be pretty much the starting point of any card that I make. Now, sometimes I would put on an embellishment, you know, a bit of ribbon, some flowers and so on. So that would be like a standard card. Now, obviously, you have seen me make luxury cards. That is not the realm I'm going into at all tonight. This is very much about how to make cards in a kind of a typical fashion that I would make them, but make them look a bit interesting. So what I want to do tonight is take that amount that you would use for a card, so a card base amount, plus perhaps your stamp one sheet wonder or your DSP, whatever you fancy using. DSP is designer series paper or patterned paper, which you can get, you know, for either, you know, scrapbooking and paper crafting, and just do something a bit different with it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's kind of like this, what we're using. And I do have a little bag of scraps next to me, but that is all that I'm going to pretty much allow myself, apart from the pieces of cardstock for the base. Okay, so to start off with, I'm just going to score at 10.5 centimetre. Sorry, no, I'm not going to score at all. I'm actually going to cut, I think. Yeah, I'm going to cut. So that means I need to score the other side. Score at 14.85 centimetres. So if this was in the States, you guys would score at 5.5 inches and then cut at 8.25. Sorry, 8.5. No, 4.25. Okay. So your standard size card would be, ta-da, that would be it. But what I'm going to do is actually take this piece of card now and cut that in half so that we end up with another piece. So I'm actually going to cut at 5.5 centimetres. I could cut at 5.25, but I may as well make it easy on myself and cut at 5.5 or 5, doesn't matter. Actually, no, I'm going to cut at 5.5. Okay. Oh no, I've cut too much off. Anyway, I'll keep going. What I meant to do was cut a little bit less than that, but never mind. Okay, we'll just go for this sort of card. So what I've done is then got this piece here, and I'm going to use this just make my opening a little bit interesting. Now what I'm going to do is only allow myself a quarter of this sheet to decorate. All right. Now I'm finding my little arm a little stiff because this is the new arm that's gone in here today. So it's because it's brand new. I'm finding it a little bit, sometimes a bit stiff to open up. Oh, there we go. That's better. So as I said, I'm only going to allow myself a quarter of this sheet to decorate my card. So I'm going to take a little bit to go down this section here. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. think I'm going to just put it on this section here. Yeah, no, I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to measure this. So that's 9 centimetres by 10.5. So I need 8.5 by 10. Hi Didi. Yeah, I think it is meant to stick. It is meant to clamp on, but this one, it sticks a little bit more because it's the new one on it. Okay, I want to do that. Yeah, that's what I like. Okay, now I can decide what I'm going to do with this extra spare piece. So I quite actually like the idea of it going, decorating the side. Or maybe I will just stick it on there. No, I don't want to. I like that. I'm just going to keep that for later, I think. What I'm going to do is actually decorate then the inside of this card. I'm going to use my new stamping seal. If I can find it. Oh, I'm sure I had it on my desk. Oh, it's on the floor. How are you all doing tonight? I haven't said hello to everybody yet. Sorry, I wanted to get right into it because I wanted to get through quite a few cards today. Hi Tracy. Hi Linda, Melanie, Liz, Martina, Dee Dee, Wendy March. Is it raining? No, not much. I thought it would be more than this. Hi Christine, Steph, Christine, got the 2 Christines in today. Fabulous, nice to see you all. Okay. Right, so this is the new stamping seal. So it comes with this like funny knobby thing that you take off. And there we go. And I'm going to be sticking that one there. Now I've got all the colours next to me that I used earlier, so I can add extra bits of ink if I want to. So I'm just going to do a very thin little line of the grey across my card, like that. And I'll set it aside, okay, because it's still quite, it needs to dry. And then we've got this lovely stamp here. So I've got all the stamps that I used earlier to actually make my One Sheet Wonder. And I've left them on my desk so that if at any point I want to kind of pull them back in and use them on my card, I can do. And I think that just creates a nice sort of sense of cohesion if you're doing some card making, because it feels like, you know, everything kind of matches up together. See, that immediately makes it look a little bit different, doesn't it? I'm just going to stamp those sections there. I wanted it completely covered. Okay. I'm thinking it would be nice just to do a little bit of detail around the sides, so that when someone opens the card, it will kind of like look all the same. But then when they open it, they'll realise it's a little bit different. And this is quite a nice way to frame the writing, wouldn't it? Like if you're going to write inside, that's actually quite a nice way to frame it. Now I'm going to just grab this little sunflower here, because I think it might be quite nice to add some extra detail. It's very gentle with the tone on tone, but I just think that's quite nice to have the imagery kind of like carrying on through. Do I want that one there? The slugs go berserk. I'll tell you what it is in inches in a second. Who's that complaining about inches? Steph. Right, so I like the idea of like it looking like that is framing the card. So when someone opens it, it goes like that. And then when they do that, it's like, oh, it's just a little bit different. So there we go. I'll tell you what it is in inches in a second, Steph. Okay, so I'm just going to eyeball this. Get it in the middle. Okay, so the only thing is, Steph, is that I know you work in inches, but we have A4 paper, so I'll tell you what it is. So it's 5 3/4 inches by 4 1/8. Okay, and then you just cut off a section, and the section you cut off was that bit there. So that's approximately 3.5 inches by 4 1/8. Okay. So if you didn't catch that, just watch it on the replay and slow me down. No, I'm kidding. All right, so that's the first one. Just an interesting way. You just cut a bit off and just turn it around, basically. And I've actually got a spare piece of DSP or stamp paper ready to use. I haven't actually used it all up. Okay, so that was my first idea. Right, second idea was, I've done some little drawings here. I was doing some drawings earlier of what I was going to do with you. Right, okay, so this one, for Steph, I think I'll work in inches, but I will tell you the centimetre measurements as well for you guys who work in centimetres. So for this one, I'm going to cut it so that it does measure 5.5 inches. But if you're doing this in centimetres, you need to cut it to 13.5 centimetres. Okay. And if we're doing it in inches this way, so what we're going to do, 1, 2, so this would be, hold on, bear with, 3 3/4. So if you were doing this in centimetres, you would actually do it up to the 10.5 point. I know, if I just do it all in inches and then I'll explain the centimetres later, make it much more easier. Okay, so then I'm actually going to score in various sections. Let me see if I've got this right. Every 1 3/4 increment, but I'm only going to do it up to the middle section. So hold on, if I cut the middle section first, I'm going to go up to, what is this? 1 1/4. And I see this is when I need my inch, what's it, back again, don't I? Because I've swapped it and I need it back again. You can all blame Steph for this, all right? Although it is quite easy to do. Done. See? Right. So I'm going to put it in at 1 1/4. And I'm going to cut it. Get my get my blade, which is on the other one. And thank you all for being so patient with me. Get up to 1 1/4. And then I'm going to cut from, I'm going to count up. So this is 5.5 inches. I'm going to come to the 3/4 mark, which is at 4 1/4 there. And I'm going to cut up to there. Okay. Then move this over so that it's here at 1 1/4. Again, come to the 4 1/4, sorry, yeah, 4 1/4 mark on my ruler here. Push it down and then cut. Open that. Right, then turn it around, and then I'm going to score at 1 3/4. Have I done this wrong? I have done it wrong. I think I'm going to have to start this all again. Hi Nessa, you haven't missed much because I've been getting my maths wrong. I know what, I'll figure the measurements out on this one, and then I'll start again. Right, that is what I wanted to do. Is that correct? No, that's 2 inches. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, I'm starting again, everybody. This is going to be my practice one. For those of you watching the replay, just fast forward about 2 minutes, because I'm still figuring it out. Oops. This is what I really want to do, look. There we go. Right, I'm going to do that all again and make sure I do it correctly. That looked really rude. That looks really rude. Oh my life. Right, I'm starting again. Oh my gosh. Right, I'm going to start again. Oh my life. Right, okay. Oh, sorry. I've just gone. I think if you saw my face, you'd see how red I am. I'm going to cut this at 4 inches. Oh my goodness. Right, 5 1/4. We'll do it at 5 1/4. Okay, Cindy, you won't miss much. I'll just open the window, Nessa. It's quite cold out. Okay, right, let's start again. Oh, I think I might just delete this. 4 inches by 5 1/4. Oh my goodness. Right, so this time I'm only going to cut. Should I just do an inch off both sides? Yes, I'm just doing an inch. Should I do an inch? Yeah, so that leaves 2 inches so it won't look so rude. Oh, right. And then you put your thing, what's this? Your cutter. Right, so I've got to count 1 3/4. Sorry, so it was 4 1/2, not 4 1/4. That's where I went wrong last time. Right, okay, people. Hi, Ali. You haven't missed much. Oh my goodness, right, 4 1/2. Where is it? There. It is handy having the numbers at the side, actually. If it wasn't for the fact that I was filming and I've got a camera above me and I've got a wire hanging down, I'd probably cope much better. Right, that's better. Oh, right. So now I put it in at 1 3/4. I score it at 1 inch there, and then there. Move it up, so 1 3/4 plus 1 3/4 is 3.5. Score it to 1 inch. 1 inch there. Right. There we go. Hi, who's just coming in? Hi, Jeanette. Laura would love. Yes, laughing is good for the soul. Oh my goodness, yes, Wendy, she would. She would just absolutely rib me about that. Right, so that's better. Look, that's better. Right, so the idea is that you create. There we go. Round of applause, please. Oh, someone get me a gin and tonic. Right. So then we get our piece here, and then you can figure out how much you need. So this should measure 2 inches across. So you only need 1 3/4. There we go. Thank you, Nessa. Thank you. Honestly, wouldn't believe. Would not believe. Oh no, actually, I want that bit of the sunflower. We'll go for that side. 1 3/4. Let's focus now. Okay. Let's get on and make some cards. So what did I cut this to again? 5 and a. It's all because Steph wanted inches. I'm going to blame Steph. There we go. Right, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. And now you see, if I'd been thinking straight, I could have actually cut that in the middle and then had the other pieces to go in there, but I didn't think straight. So what I'm going to do is that bit off there. Ooh, I wonder if... Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? It's not quite that bit, is it? Just trying to see if I can find the bit that goes on the other side. No, it was the end bit, wasn't it? Oh, never mind. You know what? I'm going to do it again. Because I can, and it's my paper. I will do what I want with it. So what I'm actually going to do, ladies and gentlemen, cut that to 5 1/4. Word. Right, focus. I'm going to cut this to 7/8 there, like that, and then I'm going to cut that to 1 7/8. Are you with me? Do you know what I'm doing? Have you caught up yet? Because I don't. Someone tell me what I'm doing, because I don't know. Hi, Margaret. Yeah, blame Steph, it didn't work. Okay, so then, do we want it that way? Yeah, we want it that way. So we'll have that bit there. And then we'll be able to cut these pieces to go inside that bit there. Okay, so I think we can probably cut a smidgen off this though. Is that right? It's always best to check with your ruler. Just double check. Oh, that's right. So I want 5 1/8. Okay, right. So I'm going to cut the 5 1/8 off this section here. Oh no, hold on. What happened here? I didn't cut enough off. If you want a laugh that lasts for hours, you need to read a special review on Amazon. Oh really, Martina? What was the review about? Measure twice, cut once. Yes, I've done that. Okay, so I can tell you exactly now what you're meant to do. Right. So, you cut your piece of cardstock to 5 1/8, that way. Then you cut a piece off this side that's 7/8. Then you cut this to 1 7/8, and this piece to 7/8. You with me so far? So we're going to leave that one intact there, and we've got to cut this now down to 1 5/8. So 1 5/8. So basically 5/8 is you go to the quarter plus an eighth. Quarter plus an eighth. Nearly there. 1 and a no, not quarter, half plus an eighth. Right, I hope I've done that right. It's too late if I haven't. 1 1/2 plus an eighth. Okay. Measure. No, I think I've done it. Right. I'll pop those there. We'll stretch this out. So this should go there. I'm going to bring my pieces back on. So this was the piece that goes there, isn't it? So that needs to go there, and that needs to go there, and that needs to go there. That needs to go there. That needs to go there, and that needs to go there. Ta-da! We got there. Oh my days. The whole point of this video was to go, oh, card making can be really simple. You don't have to have lots of special gadgets, because in my head I was like, oh, I might get the Big Shot out. I might cut out some dies. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. All I'm going to use is the humble trimmer and show people, wow, look at these cool effects you can get with a trimmer and just some card. Famous last words, hey? Simple card making. 5/8 is a half plus an eighth. Yes, Melanie, that's what I was doing. But at some point in the proceedings, I said quarter, and I didn't mean quarter. Well, yeah, I didn't mean quarter at all. I did mean a half, but I was saying quarter. Don't worry, I'm just, you know, I'll just say I'm premenopausal. That will cover all bases, won't it? Who was I talking to the other day? Actually, I won't say who it is because she sometimes watches. She might even be here. We were talking about that, and she said you can, after you've had children, you can say you've got baby brain, and then you can say that you're menopausal. It excuses all sorts of things. Yeah, Wendy, I know that. I know that. Centimetres are easier. But a certain person on here was objecting and saying that she couldn't cope with centimetres, so I was being kind. And I transferred it into inches and then just like confused myself. I do need a cup. It's alright, I've got my yacht water. I'm going to have a swig of that in a second once I've got these all stuck down. Yeah, says Johnny. I did it. Oh, what was that? Thanks, Steph. Yeah, what was that thing? No Hair Crew, Premier Intimate Hair Removal. Maybe. Martina, that sounds funny already. Just checking which side. Okay. Oh, that sounds hilarious. What I want to know is how you came across it, Martina. I mean, really, what were you looking up when you found that on Amazon? Right, there we go, guys. So, have it like that. And then, ta-da! Okay. So, if you want to, you can, you know, stamp some, you know, a lovely extra sunflower if you want to. We've got those fabulous dies if you want to cut out an extra die. We've also got that lovely little flower punch, which might be quite nice to use. Let me see if I've got some scrap bits of... Oh yeah, look, that's a scrap one from... Oh, actually, no, that's the bit that came off this section. So that would be quite nice to create some little flowers. Just do 3. Do a little cluster of 3. Now, I saw something that somebody had done with these. And I think they might have used one of these tools, which I know some of you do have. So you do little round circles like that on each of the petals. Do you want me to come in a bit closer? There we go. So this is your Stampin' mat. And if you're accustomed to making, I don't know, icing flowers or whatever, then you may have come across this technique. And you do have to be quite firm. Do little round things like that, and then you can turn it over and then do the same in the middle, like that. And eventually it starts spinning in the opposite direction. You just keep going round and round and round, and then you end up with that lovely shaped flower. There we go. I so needed this tutorial. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. You wouldn't believe the lengths I went to get to this point, Donnie. Were you watching from the beginning? Yes, you can take your pick tool or even your Tombow. Where's your... go find a Tombow now. Yes, Amanda Charlesworth. Yes, I saw Amanda Charlesworth had done it the other day. Yeah, you can just get your Tombow, really. Do that. And that will help shape it a bit. Yeah, you could get your pick tool. No problem. To be honest, this technique is as ancient as ancient, really. It's been around in the papercraft world for, I was going to say centuries, but maybe not centuries. I love how these things kind of go round and round, and then someone picks it up again, and then you're like, oh yeah, I forgot that technique. So thank you, Amanda, for reminding us all about this one. So simple, just so fabulous. Just makes the flowers look really special, doesn't it? Gorgeous. Oh, Mitosu, was it? Oh, did he do it? Barry or Jay? Oh, you see, I told you, it all just goes round. There we go. What was I going to do? Get some colour. There we go. Let's get the mint macaron. And I've been a good girl, I have. I've washed all my sponges. Just going to show you my little basket. Look. I've washed all my sponges. I put them in my basket. Oh, ignore that zip. It's just, you know when you're tidying up and you don't know where to put things. I'm just like, I'll just chuck it in there. Chuck it over there now. Put all my sponges, and then I've got my wash bag. See, I followed what Janice did the other day. Janice showed us this, didn't she? I think. And then when I've used it, I'm going to put it in my wash bag. And then there we go. Oh, there's Janice now. Janice, I copied your technique for sponge washing. There we go. Oh, yeah, come on. Right. Right, you're back. See, yeah, Steph's been doing it for about 10 years. Just going to get a little bit of ink on these little flowers. And I think this could do with a nice little gem inside. Because I'm worth it. Right. And I may even have a little piece of ribbon or something I could tuck behind that. Let's have a look. Oh, I've got some lovely mint macaron gingham ribbon actually. Look at that. I could just tie a nice bow around that. You know what? I think I will. Stuff simple cards. Who wants a simple card, for goodness sake? Sorry, I'm not being rude about simple cards. It's just that if you've watched the last 10 minutes of this programme, you'll know exactly what I'm going on about. Yeah, it's like, yeah, card making is, yeah, it does have fashion cycles. Right, get me Fiskars. Thank you, Jeanette. So much for saying it happens to all of us. I know. I even wrote notes, Jeanette. I have notes and diagrams at the side of me. I thought I had it all sorted. Then when I was putting my daughter to bed, she saw my notebook and she was, Mum, what are these plans? What have you been doing? And I said, oh, these are my card making sketches. And she grabbed my notebook. Look, she's so cheeky. And she started planning, because I told her earlier that she needed to plan her dog card. She started planning her little dog card right on my sketchbook. Cheeky child. So watch this space, everybody. May is going to be coming forth with her little dog card at some point, perhaps tomorrow. Oh, I don't know what to do about these flowers now. Like, I'll put one on there, then maybe one on there, and then one on there. So it's like a bit of a journey going back into the card. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. Oh no, says Jeanette. Gems in the middle of the flowers. Yes, I will do that. I feel the same about Shabby Chic. It's like a rerun of the start of this with a bit of cussing. I like Shabby Chic. I think Shabby Chic just covers up a multitude of mistakes, basically. Oh, see, I'm glad you lot know me. Right, blue dots. Were you impressed then? I knew where they were, everybody. I actually knew where the glue dots were. Right, that on that. Get some gems now. We've got some of these. Or, what do I have left? I've got some pearls. Actually, I think pearls would look nice. I think we need some sophistication after this evening. And I could colour them in with my mint macaron pen. Mint macaron, there we go. When crafting goes wrong. Yeah, I'll have to do a new playlist. This is the way I knacker my blend tips. It's very subtle. I don't know if it's coming across on the camera, but the light mint macaron is very, very subtle. You know, like me. Not. Oh. Right, there we go, everybody. 10 hours later, a fancy fold from Ruth. Oh, dear. And the funny thing is, the first time I've done one of these, it's actually my most watched video on my channel. I did a very similar fold to this. And so you would think I would know what I'm doing, but there we go. Right, so that's what it looks like when you open it. I'll come back up a bit. Ooh, sorry, there we go. Okay, ta-da! There we go. Right, number 2. Right, 2 more to go. The apple cider would look cute too. Do you mean cinnamon cider? Yes, it would look cute. Right, so 1, 2. Right. Next one. I've got a bit of this left. So I'm going to refer to my right, I need another piece of cardstock because that's cut the wrong way. Okay, so this one I'm going to cut at, ooh, I'll say 5.5 again. And then we're going to score at 10.5. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, not finished yet. And then we're going to cut at 1.5 at this side, all right, but we're only going to cut up to the, oh, I'll get my blade back over here. I'm going to cut there, and then 1.5 on that side. Only cut up to the halfway point. Then turn, and I'm going to score at, ooh, let's say 5 centimeters. Okay, and then but this time we're only going to score the middle section. Like that. Okay. I'm going to set that aside for a second and get my piece of DSP. If I dropped on the floor, oh, block. Okay, that's fine. So then, I'm just going to double check. Hi, honeybee. Oh, well, Ruth, you have the full range from so very subtle that I don't catch the drift to an even Germanic approach. I'm very honoured that you would say that about me. Ah, nice to see you. Okay, so we're going to cut at, oh, hold on. Let's do, I see now this is where I start mixing metaphors. I start mixing centimetres and inches, but rather than not do that, I won't mix. I'm just going to trim this down to 4 inches just to make my life a bit easier. But if you're doing this in centimetres, you don't need to. This is just because I don't want to mess up again. Okay, so card base is 4 inches by 5.5. So double check. So that's 4.5. So we're going to cut at, oh no, hold on. I've got to cut that down first as well. 3 3/4. Cut that down. do 1 1/4. That was the middle section. So 2 1/4 and 1 1/4. Right, I'm just going to immediately just stick this section down. Oh, actually, before I do that, you actually have to stick these two down, all right? So you just... Oop. Still getting used to this. It goes on very smoothly. Okay, so then this is going to go in here like that. I have done this in a class before, and I think I've done a video as well. And the previous video that I've done of this style, I attributed it to somebody, and I'm sorry I don't remember the name, a lady I had a swap with at a Stampin' Up event. And I mean, I know she probably got it from somebody else, but that's where I first saw the design. And I really liked it because, again, it's just using the normal size card base, but just doing something a bit different with it to make it look a bit unusual. So, hold on, let's cut that. So, what did I score that at again? 2 inches. 2 inches. So basically, I need it at 1 3/4 and 1 3/4. So 1 3/4. I think these sessions should have like a little interval where I can go off. I can have an ice cream or something to drink and just chat to you lot. Shall we have an interval? We could say we'll have an interval for 5 minutes so people who are watching on the replay can just forward it by 5 minutes. What do you think? Right, where's my bone folder? So it's really important that you burnish this because you want it to sort of stay there. Right, so that piece can go there. That piece can go there. Hi, Marcel. Is there popcorn? I know. I should have bought some popcorn. Maybe we should do that on Friday nights. You know, Friday night should be a little bit more leisurely, you know. So we can take our time, have a bit of a chat. It's 10. Yeah. Well, my husband and my eldest son are watching Scream. And my husband's like, oh, Ruth, have you seen it? I was like, no. He goes, do you want to see it? No. I said, I'm off to work. So, no, I'd rather not. Yes, I'm so sorry to hear about Donnie's sad news. Right, I'm going to use this scrap bit to cut out a flower. I wonder if we could even cut 3 out. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Give them a little bit of a squish with the Tombow. My ribbon gone? Oh, I have got a little bit of the cinnamon cider ribbon here actually. That might be nice. Never leave your octopus alone in the back car of your car with your growler. Oh, Cindy, have you got a story for us? A little bit for squish, yes, that's it, Linda. Technical term, you know. Technical crafting, stamping term, squish. I like a big loopy ribbon sometimes. There we go. Or maybe we don't actually need to put a knot in it. You know how to make a flat ribbon, so it doesn't, you don't have all that bulk. Flip that over like that. Oh, start again. You loop it like that. Then you bring that one to meet that one. I learnt how to do this when I used to work for a bridal wear designer, because we used to sew little blue ribbons into all the wedding dresses, and in order to keep them a flat bow so they didn't annoy the bride, because we used to sew them on the backs of the where the label went. This is what we used to do. We used to make a flat bow like that. And sometimes in card making you do need a flatter bow. And look, it's quite pretty, isn't it? It sits nicely. So that will sit nicely like that. Right, now the only thing is you need an octopus now to hold it all together. So probably the best thing to do is actually do it stage by stage. So we're going to put a glue dot on that bit there to do that. And then we're going to pop a glue dot on the back, like that. And then bring this round to meet it, and then you can eyeball it to make sure it's equal. Then we can cut off our excess bits. And then we can stick it down. Try and eyeball it in the middle. There we go. Yes, it does. It sits very nicely, and it's not so bulky to then stick your flowers onto. I forgot to go around the edges of these with the ink, but actually I think I'm just going to leave. Oops. I think I might just pop a couple up there instead. I'm just going to open that up again. It slid a bit. I want it on top. There we go. Right. Now I was going to say we do have some little spare bits at the side to maybe make some leaves out of, but maybe not. But if you've got some scrap bits, you could maybe punch a couple of leaves or something to be there. I have got some scrap pear pizzazz. There's my pear pizzazz. Ooh. So this is my little leaf punch. So I just need the edge bits, so I'm not going to punch the whole lot out, I'm just going to punch little pieces. And I will use a Tombow for this bit. You just put the little flower punch. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's a nice little punch. under there like that. Oh, thank you, Linda. Now, it probably just needs a little sentiment there, doesn't it? But I'm not going to do that tonight. There we go. The lighting's coming from that direction, so I just want to show you what that looks like. Then you can write your little message inside, or you can even write it there. So that it sits. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, put a sentiment on the inside. Yeah. Okay, right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm determined to do 4 at least. At least. Let's have a little tidy up and a breather. Put some things away. Yes, I agree with you, Martina. Yeah, this is just warm water actually, but I was watching on This Show Must Go On channel on YouTube. They had Michael Flatley doing the, you know, his Irish dancing. And it's really bizarre because I used to love watching Riverdance in my teens. Thought it was fantastic. But now I watch this show of his. Oh my goodness, I found him quite egotistical and a little bit annoying, to be honest. How he has to make his way onto every single little dance routine. So I ended up yelling at the telly, which is why I've got a bit of a hoarse voice. Oh dear. There we go. Anyway. Yes, I heard that Hamilton was on Disney Plus. Yeah, a few people I saw on Facebook have been watching it. And Bobby, that's where Bobby is right now. That's why he's not here. He's watching Hamilton. So, right. So just a quick recap. This was my simple, you know, just a bit of interest. Now, I watched someone do this the other day. Ema. Oh, what's her surname? She's a Stampin' Up demonstrator in the south of England. Lovely, lovely lady. And she was part of the vlog video hop on Wednesday, and she did this last month where she just cut a bit off and stuck it a different way. So I wanted to sort of look at other ways of using the idea of cutting a bit off and resticking it, because I think you could also do it with a card that faces that way. Yeah, so that was one thing. And then the other idea I had was where you cut out a panel from the inside and then make like a hangy bit. So I'm trying to see how much paper I've got left, because I ended up cutting bits up, didn't I? Which I didn't intend on doing, but never mind. I've done that now. Or it might be nice to kind of make a frame, cut out a frame, and then stick this section on the inside, and then have your frame there. That's another idea. So I could do that. One more, am I on a sort of diet or simply out of tea leaves? No, I was just in a hurry to come and do my live, Martina, so I didn't have time to make a cup of tea. I don't mind drinking warm water. So, and I dug this cup out because I've been using these cups a lot before lockdown, because whenever I walked my daughter to school, I'd immediately just put some hot water in it and make sure I drank that on the way to school. So obviously, because she went back to school today for one day, and so I dug out my old mug, so I had it at the side to use. Right, let me consult my little notebook, because I did have some other ideas. Right, I've done that one and that one. Haven't done that one. So the eye, okay, well, this one is easy. I don't have to think about this one too much, so I'll do this one now. So I'll do this in centimetres actually. So do that there. So this is half of an A4 sheet. Of course, in America, just do whatever size suits you. And then this will be cut at 10.5. Oh, I've just remembered what I was going to do. Now, have I got enough paper? Okay, right, I'm going to do one to fit this piece of paper that I've got left. So, how much have I got? I've got 2.5 inches. So if I cut this at 2 3/4, there we go. Cut it to that point there. Then cut it up to there. Okay, take that away. So that's going to sit on there like that. I'm just going to put a little nail mark, you know, that technical tool. Oops, sorry. I forget the camera's there sometimes. Hi, Nonna. Or Nona. No, you're Nonna, aren't you? Oh, I don't know. I had this discussion last time. No, because there is a lady who comes on, she's got 2 N's, hasn't she, to her name. Right, so that's that. Now with this one, this spare bit, what would be fun is to cut some leaf shapes. Now if you've got leaf dies, you could do leaf dies as well. Nona. Oh, it is Nona. Oh, it is you. I remember having this whole discussion about how to pronounce it. How you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, hi Glenn. I didn't see you coming either. Sorry. Oh, it's just been drama llama tonight here, isn't it? What's that verse in the Bible that talks about many of the plans of man's heart, but God knows something, something? That's what I feel like, for the Lord has rebuked me. So stop thinking that you know it all, Ruth. You don't. It's good to be humbled sometimes. Right, I'm just going to have a bit of this. I've been thinking about making a box or a bag with the ribbon stamped in a one sheet wonder style. Oh, that's a nice idea. So that you're kind of creating your own ribbon, or like fancy washi tape or something. Right. So the idea is I want to stick these like they're growing out the top. Now you see, normally I would have the other half, wouldn't I? Oh, that is the... Oh, it's nearly the other half, because I would have the other half there. If I move that round to there and chop off the top, it will look like it's part of the same thing, won't it? I think I might do that. This paper trimmer is available. Yes, this is the new one. Okay, so in an ideal world, I would have had enough DSP to go, or stamped paper to go up, right up to the top there, but I don't. But I'll keep going anyway, because I started with this paper, so. Oh yes, of course, Martina. Yeah. Talk about the ribbon. I tell you what, you could try doing is stamping ribbon, Martina. That's the other way. Some of the really finely woven stuff, as long as it's sort of cottonish, you know, like a natural fibre, it takes the ink quite well sometimes. No, what am I doing? No. I'll leave that till later. I want to stick these on first, don't I? Yeah, that's true, Vanessa. Right, I'm going to actually move that piece over. Right, bring that one back in, stick that over the top. Right, as I said, I've got some scraps of very vanilla here, because that was the card base that I used earlier. And I thought, what about grabbing the daisy stamp and punch? Where is it? Daisy, 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 daisy lane. There we go. Ooh, oops. Knocking other stuff over. Should we do some yellow daisies? That would be nice in the bumblebee colour. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, actually, is cut out a sunflower and have some cut out sunflowers, but I just fancy doing this tonight, so that's why I'm doing it. Bumblebee. Ooh, how exciting, Marcel. Just remind me where you are. Are you in the States? Who did you sign with? Yeah, this is a lovely set to use. You can just get such a variety of different looks by changing up the colours, and if you can't be bothered to do the stamping first, you can just punch it out and, you know. Oh, you're in Australia. Ah. So I'm concentrating now. So. Just going to find another scrap. We just stamped a large die cut with that texture. Which texture, Martina? Right, so again we can do some paper kind of curling, as it were. So this time you can just bring the tool towards you, and it will just help curl these up. Actually, I should have done it the opposite way. Turn them over and do it the other way. There we go, that's better. I was having the petals going the wrong direction. Right, and then turn it over. Yay, that's better. Oh, how cute are they? Right. Right, so towards you. Turn it over. Cool. There we go. We all have scraps of little bits of plain card. So remember to dig out your scrap bags because they're great for punching out these little things. So I'm just going to have a quick drink. Oh, the burlap looking one, yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to texturize a die cut, definitely. Yeah, if you can't be bothered to sort of do all the lining up and everything, and you want a flower in particularly to look a little bit more texturized, then by stamping on it with a texture stamp, it's quite effective. Effective, rather. Right, nearly there. It's worth it, honestly. Right, tiny blob of glue. You really don't need a lot. Then, ooh. Did you see what happened then? I went round and round and round, and it moved the paper. Hi, Joanne. Right, let's bring the card back on. We've still got these spare little green leaves here. So we'll get these stuck on underneath. Before we stick all that down, I think I want some bit of frayed ribbon. So what I do is I get a piece like this, tie it in a knot like that, then open it up, cut down the middle, and then just with your fingers just open it up like that. You do lose a couple of little strands, but nothing too much. If you rub the ends of your starts with wax paper, they slide easier. You know what, I've got a better trick than that, Dee Dee. I just rub it on the end of my chin. I know that's disgusting, but I think I saw Christina Werner do it once. If you just, because you know your chin gets quite oily, doesn't it? Just get like that and you just rub it on your chin. I'm actually doing it. Did you know that? This is the ribbon that comes with in the Forever Greenery suite on page, I can't remember, but anyway, it's a ribbon pack. And it's very soft. Forever Greenery combo pack. It comes with some gold thread as well. I got it here. Yep, there we go. So it comes with that gold thread as well. And you get the two together. Oh, we could put a little bit of gold in there as well. Should we do it? Seeing as I've completely strayed away from Clean and Simple. Well, not that I was doing Clean and Simple, but you know, I was just trying to do simple cards to me. I'm just going to unravel this one. There we go. Help unravel that. You rub it in your hair. There we go. Rub it up the side of your nose. Oh, there we go, Dee Dee. I think Dee Dee was being polite, you know. But then she forgot. She's not in polite company at all. Oh, I love that. Oh, I'm going to do another one. You ordered it. Oh, good. There we go. So you've got this to look forward to. Yeah, when I first got it, it reminded me of like being like a miniature bandage. It's that kind of lovely, soft feel to it. You know how bandages feel? Nice and soft. That's what it reminds me of. So, look, all the tips are coming out now for how to wax up your stylus. Sorry. So if anyone wants a current catalogue and they live in the UK or Europe, I do have English catalogues I can send out. And when you do shop with me, please remember to use the host code. If you don't know what the host code is, just go to artfulstampin.co.uk, or if you follow my page on Facebook, I've actually got it in my on my Facebook page header now. I finally got around to sorting it out. Oh, thank you, Marcel. Thank you. Thanks for your support, guys. And if you can't shop with me and you want to show support, do what Marcel's done, or I have got a PayPal me button, so it's in the description below if you ever want to send me a little gift. And what I do is I add up my PayPal money at the end of the month, and I usually buy new goodies, and it usually covers, or I put in a little bit extra for extra goodies. This month it definitely, I went over what I got from PayPal last month. I added in a bit of my own as well. Hi Deborah. Yes, you caught me live. Hello. Nice to see you. Yes, the new catalogue's coming out soon, Martina. It's on its way to me. I've had notification that it's been shipped. So, ironically, the new catalogues are coming to me from Germany, and then I'm going to go and post one to Martina, who lives in Germany. There we go. That's the way it is. I'm going to get some dimensionals. Where are they? And I'm going to stick on there and pop a bit of gold, because it's such a fine thread. Look, so fine that I can probably do that and still stick my daisy down. Have enough adhesive. The other way to do it is to put your gold thing down and then put that over. Do it that way. Thank you, Joanne. Yeah, Martina's talking about the mini, the new Christmas mini. Okay, so the idea was that we just take that section there and then use it. So we used it to cut the leaves, and then we've created that card there. Oh, you got your catalogue on Friday. Oh wow. We only saw it on Wednesday though, Jeanette. Do you mean the annual? Yeah, if you signed up, Marcel, you would have seen it. Yeah, it's only available for demonstrators, not customers. Oh, you've got the mini, Jeanette. Oh wow, well done. Right, I want to put something in the middle of these. I think have I got? I might just grab some retired embellishments. Because I love these. These are so yum. I miss them. There we go. How cute is that? Right, have I done 4 now? I got there in the end. Oh, an hour and 25 minutes later. I've still got these little pieces left over, so that's quite good. These little bits and bobs here. Oh, that's a good idea, Jeanette. Just so you know, you guys in the UK who are following and thinking, why is Jeanette talking about £750? She doesn't mean £750. It's 750 Australian dollars, because she's in Australia. And their exchange rate means that it's virtually double of what the number is double. So, look, they've just found another little leaf. I think I'll stick that under there. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the sheet I stamped earlier. So go to a previous video to see how I stamped the sheet. Nona. All right. Okay, right. So the first card was this one. Now I've done that, I'm thinking it would be nice to actually decorate, do something, you know, put some flowers on this one as well. But, you know, I'd like to leave it sometimes just to show you that you can leave things without lots of piles of decoration. Because the paper is so pretty, you know, so. Right, so that was the first one. So that was just to show that cutting that section there, you could then reposition it, turn it round and stick it that way. And this one was a little bit more of a fancy fold. Okay. So that one folds like that. If you want the measurements, I made a mistake at the beginning of the video, so skip that bit. Go to the second one. Okay. Oh, they did have some vertical sentiments the other year, didn't they, Dee Dee? Yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes it would be nice to have them going down. I would just stamp it across, to be honest. I don't mind reading things sideways. Yeah. So 1, 2, and this one folds flat, and then you do that. 3, and then 4. So the idea was that you don't need to use any more card than you would normally use for a base and a matting layer. That was the kind of my premise, really, that, you know, you'd have your base and your matte layer. What else could you do with it to make it look a bit interesting, so that you're not using oodles and oodles and oodles of card, and then, you know, but obviously you can get some scrap pieces and cut some extra bits as well. They are all lovely. Oh, don't skip the start. You'll miss Ruth's special step. My special step. Yeah. I'm not going to live this one down, am I, Wendy? Let me flip the camera. I'm going to inflict my face on you. I'm going to show off my lovely new daffodil. Can you see my flowers in the background? Some of you have seen it, some of you haven't. My lovely daffodil. Look, they can frame me, you see, my daffodils. From Fran's Crafts. If you want one, go to Fran's Crafts on Etsy and get your own. I think you've definitely done that with the cards. Very unusual. Thank you, Nona. Yeah, good. I've just realised, Liz, I've got Liz's special calendar here. I can't remember, what are we on? April? No, we're not. May, June. It's July. Oh. So, Liz, who's on here watching, she runs a local cancer support group, and the ladies did a special calendar. You can't see anything, but they've some of them have got like flowers in front of them and all sorts. Now, where's Liz? I'm not going to show it, but Liz is in here. I can't remember which she was. Oh, she's October. She's the October girl. So you guys will have to watch out for October. This is July. I'm going to put it back up here. There we go. It's July. So it's far enough away that you can't quite see. Yes, it's Karen. You can show it January. Oh, you're January as well. I can show January because that's gone. I'm not going to show you October until October. Oh, it's lovely, that one. It's like she's got furs on. Look, there we go. January. How glam. Lovely. Yep, so they did that to raise funds for, I think it was like loads of different cancer charities, wasn't it? I can't remember where they... And what's lovely is that, oh, that's the front cover. So it was in aid of Macmillan Cancer Support, Inspire Welshpool, which is the name of the group, and Marie Curie. And for each month, it tells you, you know, people wear those coloured ribbons to show what month. It tells you which cancer it is for that month to wear the ribbon, and what colour as well. Oh, so June was National Cancer Survivor Month, and that was purple. And then July is a yellow ribbon for sarcoma and bone cancer. There we go. I did not know that. And that's our friend Karen up there. Karen's a crafter as well, and she lives up the hill. So yeah, it was good fun. No, Liz doesn't have a YouTube channel. Do you think she should? Yeah. No, Liz has been stamping today. She's been sending photos to me of her stamping. Liz and I known each other, ooh, 20, coming up 23 years, Liz. Yeah. So Liz was one of the first people I ever met when I moved to this town. Yeah. So we go back a long way. I'm not technically, no, she's technically not even on Facebook. Her son is. Yeah. So whenever I want to send messages to Liz by Facebook, I send it to her son. I'm in Mid Wales, Nona. Yeah, Mid Wales. So, yeah. Yeah, no, Liz was my boss for quite a while. Yeah, I worked for a community development organisation, and I was a volunteer at the time when I started. And then I ended up working for that organisation, and Liz was one of the trustees. And so technically she was my boss for a bit. And over the years we've just got to know each other, haven't we? And we've done different things. We know we've been involved in different projects together. So sometimes she'll have me come and do stuff with whatever she's involved in at the time. But the last few years we've been more crafting together, which has been really lovely. So, is there a colour for lymphoma? I will have a look. Okay, so in September there's loads. So childhood cancer is a brown ribbon, leukemia is a red ribbon, and lymphoma is a green ribbon. Oh, la 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 la. Yeah, green ribbon, Christine. Childhood gynecological leukemia. Lymphoma is green. Then ovarian is light blue, I think. Hold on. Childhood gynecological leukemia, lymphoma. Yeah, Olympic green. Well, here it just shows like a mid-green, but I'd look it up, Christine. Yeah, look it up. Just look up the ribbons. Actually, I might be able to do it now for you. Ribbons. Sorry, bear with, I'm just trying to find it. I might find a couple images, that might. It's sort of like a grass green. Yeah, grass green. Brain is, yeah, brain is grey. All Cancers is light blue. Dee Dee asked a question. Sorry, Dee Dee. I asked about Donnie and Steph way above. If you could read it and text me, please, later. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on with. Yeah, okay, Dee Dee. There's a lot going on at the moment with various folks who follow me. Yeah, so thank you everybody who says they're going to pray and, you know, sends their best wishes and things. Most of you, I think, are on Artful Stampin Space, so there's a way that you could possibly friend each other if you want to. You know, I'm just aware that this is a very public platform, and I don't want anyone to be exposed where they don't want to be. So I don't really want to. And I'm also, you probably realise, but I'm very careful about what I say on here. I only reveal things once somebody has typed something and they've said something, you know, because this is a public forum. So, yeah, so I try not to give too much away about personal stuff on here. But if people choose to type it, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just aware that I don't want anyone to be exploited or, you know. So don't give out, please don't give out personal, like, whereabouts on here. Amen, Marcel. Yeah, yeah. We live in a very broken world, don't we? You know, this is not how God intended it to be. But, wow, Liz. And there's such lovely stories of hope as well. Aunt had a mastectomy and she's now 96. Yeah, that's fine, Christine, but YouTube is a very big platform, and you know, yeah. No, I just meant if people wanted to be in touch with you as well. That anyway, yeah. Cool. Right. Well, it's nice that it's also, you know, Liz in particular has been involved in supporting people and making sure that they feel good. Oh, that's good news, Christine. Yeah, he's home for the weekend. Yay. Yeah, if you want to be in touch with Dee Dee, that's great. Yeah. Right, thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Thank you for putting up with my mistakes. I think I'm going to have to just put this one down to, oh well. Oh dear. No, you guys do too. You know, I'm always so touched the way that you open your hearts to each other. That's, you know, because sometimes I've got my head down. I can't always see what's being written. So you guys, you know, look out for each other, which is really lovely. And you you check in with each other. So, oh, amen, Marcel. Yeah. We pray to a God that is real, you know. He doesn't exist just because we choose to believe in him. He's actually out there. So I try to be, Nessa. Yeah, I have to be, because this is such a public platform. I know. I'm so pleased for you, Steph. So pleased. Yeah. 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 A bit more adult content tonight. I'm joking. Hello, Julie. Nice to see you. We're just about to go. Yes, indeed, Glenna. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just sticking more pearls onto my card here because I realised I hadn't got any on this one. Look, just put more on there. There we go. So, okay. Vanessa put her down. How far back was it, Vanessa? Wow, he had bowel cancer last year and has bounced back. He's 94 and back power walking 2 miles a day. That's amazing. That is amazing. No, you go. No, that's fine. That's it. It's a deep joy. Yeah, I will look it up, Martina. So, men's hair removal. Okay. Oh. Yeah, and listen, I'm under no blinkers that even though generally the crafting world is a really lovely one, like real life families, we can sometimes fall out as well. So I'm just aware of that too, that sometimes we do have disagreements, but I try, my motto, I suppose, is just to try and model good behaviour, is model a way of interacting that hopefully, you know, people can learn from. And there are going to be times where we all get rattled. You know, there are lots of issues going on in the world right now that I have to confess a couple of weeks really rattled me, you know, and I felt very down about some things that were going on, or that are going on, still going on. And but the way that I get over feeling rattled is to focus on the Lord. For me, as a Christian, I believe that the word of God can heal, God can heal, but that it's God's voice to us today. And so that's why I read it. And it's been actually really nice in lockdown to be able to spend more time reading the Bible and just thinking things through a bit more. So yeah, that's been lovely. Good night all, lovely to see you. Have a great day. Now May is quite keen to come and do a card tomorrow, so she might be on. I'll try and make sure it's the afternoon so that you guys who live on the other side of the world hopefully will be up. Oh, there's always a bright side, isn't there, Martina? The sun's always shining, even if you can't see it. That's what I say. Even when the clouds are there, the sun is still shining. Even when the sun is on the other side of the planet, the sun's still shining. Oh, okay, Wendy. Have a good weekend, Wend. Take care. Bye, all. Good night.